Welcome to On the Raid. Tonight we have the returning Mr. Savage from his trip, and he's been, he traveled from, you're from Mass, right?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Now he's in Delaware. He's with his fiance, aka Boss Lady, aka the producer lady who's still behind the scenes likes to roast us. She's actually back herself too. So if you see me talking to myself, it's not my schizophrenia, I promise. So yeah, it's a great night. But tonight I want to talk about. But tonight I wanted to talk about something that everybody can get behind. I know a lot of people find it really difficult, really hard, and really frustrating at times. So we're going to talk about Dissonant Dead Weight. We're going to talk about the let them philosophy. And we're going to talk about why that's such a good philosophy. So yeah, but before we start, Mr. Savage.
Yes, sir.
It's been about 2 weeks,
Yeah,
hit or miss. Usually talk to you like here and there, like every day. So but the last 2 weeks you've been busy, moving around, everything like that. How have you been doing? And
good.
no, it's not gooning family like that, motherfucker. Goon on my hat stands for the actual traditional form of the word goon, not this new age bullshit. But
Shit. Yeah, no, it's been good though, man. Traveling, it is a lot of a good amount of stress to it, but I got it done. And I took it one day at a time and just got it done, And I settled into this place and then got the job that I was aiming for, and luckily that's been going well. I did the whole thing this week, and it's just been going at it. Just getting my life together, getting a career set for me for the future. So it's been good.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, super proud of you.
Appreciate
super
that.
proud of you because you had your other job, you've been there for a while, you've been kind of got cozy in it, you knew what to do, you knew everything out, the ins and outs of it, and now you're moving on to something that actually is gonna bear fruit later on down the line if you continue with it, and retire.
Yeah, it definitely
Good
is.
thing.
Yeah.
It's definitely a good thing. So we're gonna be simple, be brief, probably talk about and see what your standpoints are. But when I say the let them philosophy, what comes to your mind when I say that?
The what philosophy?
The let them.
The let them. I don't really know about that. I never heard of that kind of philosophy, but the topic is dead weight essentially, right?
Yeah, it's just like pieces and stuff like that. Yeah, and overall.
Yeah. So for that, basically, like it could be, it could be a person that's holding you down. It could be like, even it could be family or friend. Someone. And even though you care for them, they're holding you back personally on you progressing in life. That's how I see it, as like dead weight. Because it's like, at some point you gotta let them go to move on. Or it could be something immaterial. Your own mind is kind of holding you back. So that, in a sense, could be dead weight. I mean, an example is me. I was kind of in a stagnant position. Like you said, I was comfortable in my job that I did before this one, and for me, it was stagnant. It was dead weight essentially, because I wasn't progressing anything else besides where I was at. That was it. That position I was at was not going to go anywhere else. So it was kind of just like a dead end. And so it was that, and my own, not even fear, but more of an anxiety of learning something new that kind of held me back, essentially dead weight. And I had to just shed that dead weight to go forward.
Okay. So we're mainly talking about people. So we're talking about, have you ever poured your all, your heart, your soul into helping somebody else, and they never showed up for you in return at all? Like actually were, there for you in any scope. Like they didn't exist anymore. And you actually either needed it or just wanted it.
I would say, yeah. I would say like the last relationship I was in, I put 10 years of my life into that person. And it was, no matter how much I tried to show that I cared, through affection, through, doing whatever with them, they never really showed it back. So it was definitely kind of like a letdown, because it was wasted time. It was kind of like dead weight in a sense.
It was. So we'll get into relationships in a second. I want to start with let's just simply go easy. Friends.
Okay.
I know myself, I pour a lot into those I deem that are my friends. And like we said before in past episodes, like there's levels to this shit. There always will be. Like there goes like people, strangers, acquaintances, almost friends, like trustworthy friends, then best friends, so on and so forth. But for me, it's like if you make it to that friendship level, and you're always there for them, you're always talking to them. You like not every day because that's not real life. Not everybody talks to everybody every fucking day, every second of the day. It's not healthy either. So it's just like who you have conversations with and actually feel like they're part of your life in some way, shape, or form. And then they, either don't return that or they don't make you, feel validated in some way, shape, or form that helps you understand things. Like, for myself, it was I left North Carolina and I moved back to Texas. And a lot of people were talking to me like every day almost for North Carolina. And then it slowly started to trickle away. Now I think there might be 3 people. And of course, most of them are military related with me. So, we are used to like the distance and separation, things like that. And we still can check on each other and make sure we're good because we all hold the rope. Because, in case something happens, you just need somebody actually there to talk to or be there for you. But they just don't do it. And I just said, cool. I stopped replying. I stopped trying to reach out first. And I said, you know what? I'm going to see how long it takes to see, am I even important enough to talk to? Not important enough to care about, just important enough to talk to. And the answer was no, because they never reached back out. And they see my snaps, can see they, doing whatever they're doing, and I'm just like, cool. So I systematically started removing people out of my life. And I haven't missed it. Don't feel bad about it. Don't regret any of it. And it's like, cool. It's all good. Because there's still an avenue of communication. I always leave one. That way shit hits the fan. And like, honestly, I know I care too much and I know I give too much, but I do care. But I still do it the hard way of making sure that it's going to be something that they're going to have to actually use effort to reach out to me. So things like that. You have any friends that you like saw like were always there and then they either chose to trickle away or whatnot, and it's not even from a fallout. It just happened.
Not so much friends, because out of like high school, I've only held on to like 2 friends, really. My closest friends, and you'll actually meet them at the wedding. But they're my closest friends in my life since middle school. 2 good friends of mine, and then besides that, I've had people that I would probably consider friends, but life happens, and you kind of go your own way. I wouldn't consider them like dead weight or anything, or like a waste of time, but it definitely has been interesting overall. So, but yeah. As far as that goes, no, I haven't really had that experience. Luckily,
yeah, I wouldn't say it's a horrible thing to deal with. It sucks just to realize that things that you put, you're all into and have been there for them for like big things like birthdays, anniversaries, or deaths in their family and things like that. You're there, like you actually bond, and then they just drift away. But I come to find out that's very normal, and especially in civilian world, military world, we kind of don't do that. We keep up with each other. Like we don't talk like every month, but we talk every once in a while. Eventually, and it's usually around an anniversary or like this past couple weeks, the Marine Corps birthday or things like that, or the corpsman birthday, and we reach out, talk to each other, say happy birthday, and we have a conversation and we catch up. And then we make sure we're good. And then we talk here and there, maybe a couple months after that. Then after that, it goes silent for like maybe 3 months because we all have lives. But we're also separated and far away from each other. So it's like, it's not like, we're down the road. We're on the other side of the country from each other. Then on top of that, deployments, things like that, we're on the other side of the world. So, can't always have that conversation with them. But the thing is, I know for a fact if I message them, they'll reply as soon as possible, just to make sure I'm good. Not even to tell me what to do, not to tell me like, you're fucking up. Just make sure I'm good. And then it goes to like, everything else. But like, what's a friend that you wouldn't, you don't have to tell their name, but what's a friend that you think you went over and above for? Do you have anyone like that?
Trying to think.
And also in chat, if y'all have stuff to say, just say it.
That I went over above. Besides my 2 best friends, because I would do anything for them.
Have you?
I don't think I really have. No, I mean, at least not that I can remember. You know, that's the thing is like it's the memory list of like friends that I've gone for extremely far for has is far and few between for me at least. I'm very selective of who I put my time and effort into. What about you though? Anything?
Oh,
Few of
no.
them?
Yeah, and I've helped people when they're dealing with like custody issues, things like that. You know, I put my name on court documented paperwork saying like what I've saw, what I've seen, even to the fact of, you know, kind of being that fucking rug that everybody walked all over and like they needed anything, I'd do it for them.
Yeah.
Like, you know, didn't matter what the scope of it was or what the line was or limit was, I would still do it. And some people will say that's kind of stupid, but it taught me a lot that I'm capable of doing things if I put my mind to it, and there's not much that can stop me usually. So
Mm.
when I say, okay, cool, I can handle this, I can address this, I can figure it out. I think the one that sticks out most is when, let me see, which one was it? I think is when I think I was about 22, buddy getting a divorce. And, you know, when that happens, you know, one of them has to leave the house. And so offered him my couch. I was married at the time. So offered him my couch. He came and stayed there the night, everything like that. Made sure it's good. Told him don't pay for anything because, you know, you're going to be spending money in divorce. You're going to be spending money and losing money because military. So you lose your BAH, BAS. It's not going to go to you, it goes to the family. So that means you're going to take a pay cut that you're not accustomed to. So you need to figure out a way to budget your money, make sure you're good, and make sure you can still pay all your bills whatever happens. And I think it was like he stayed on my couch for like a month, and then that was settled, and he got his own little place, got his money saved up, everything like that, and he put himself in a good position. I made sure to help him get in that good position. So that's one that sticks out in my head. Then it's, you know, some random ones here and there. You know, always being there for people listening when they want to talk and vent.
Yeah.
That's usually always, and you saw it the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, what the fuck?
I
Like,
did. Yeah.
it's like nobody talks to me outside of this when they fucking just want to have a regular conversation. But when something's fucking going wrong with your fucking life, you fucking want to talk to me. That don't make no fucking sense to me.
Yeah, it's they feel comfortable with you because they know they can trust you, which is it's interesting because they're kind of abusing that relationship. They're like on a normal day to day, they're like, yeah, I'm not gonna really talk to him too much, but when it comes to like a problematic situation and they feel overwhelmed or stressed about it, they'll come to you because they know that you'll give them a straight answer, but also you'll actually be there to help out.
Yeah, find it really
I
weird.
It is interesting. I've had one that we talked about a little bit. I've had one memory from high school about like this kind of situation. It was actually it was a special needs kid. It's funny. His last name was my first name, so you know my first name.
Yeah,
He was a very hardworking kid and pretty smart in some subjects, but some he kind of would struggle with, but he would still get like really good grades. I'm talking like he wanted A plus across the board. He would get
okay,
like an A minus in one class, and then he'd start freaking out. So a lot of the times, a lot of people would kind of get scared from his reaction,
yeah,
and I'd be the opposite. I'd just help him calm down and like, hey man, you still did really good. Look at the rest of the class. You did really good. You did better than 99.9% of the class. Like you're at the top of the list, man. Like
yeah,
take a breather. I understand it's stressful, but you have a good future ahead of you. And he does. I've seen him. Last I saw him was a few years into not my previous job, but the job before that when I was just a cashier. He came into the store and he was in college and everything. You know, he's way ahead of me. So I was like, oh, good for you, man. You know, you're working hard. So it's interesting to see where people end up. But so I get that situation from that memory at least.
yeah. It's one of those things, man. That I think good people get taken advantage of a whole lot,
Yeah.
and I think it's funny because everybody always bitches and complains all the time that they know good people anymore. But there are, but most of the time they end up get really jaded, or they just end up saying, "Fuck it, it's not worth it being this way anymore,"
Mm-hmm.
which I can agree with. In today's society, it's honestly what's the purpose of being that good person all the time when, yeah, you shouldn't want anything in return, but you should have something at least, not acknowledgement, of course, but just if you actually needed something or someone just to be there, they should at least have that. And I think it's funny that, like I said, we go back to the friend, people being best friends and instant best friends and things like that. They haven't went through anything together yet.
Yeah.
They haven't had real fallouts, real fights, real, moral clashing issues.
Pivotal memories made, like
Yeah, exactly.
like I can remember the very first day I met my best friends, both of them the same day. I can remember back to back how I met them, where exactly, in what class. It is always interesting, like a memory that I somehow hold on to, because it's very interesting. Like growing up, I moved a lot around. It wasn't like I moved state to state or city to city. It was more of like around the same city, but I would end up going to different schools in the same, like, at least city or next city. So I would always be making new, not even friends, but acquaintances. And those people are kind of vague memories in the back of my mind, but I can memorize like my best friends pretty accurately.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I remember I met Wade, and it was because we were about to get in a fight in elementary school. Yeah. So it was something stupid, but it's literally it. And then he looked at me, he's like, "You want to go hang out and play games with me? And want to go to the playground?" I was like, "Sure." And ever since then, we were like literally next to each other all the fucking time, all the way to high school until we graduated. And even then, we still talked all the time. He's no longer with us, so I got a big void in my life because of that. And he's one of the first people I told about anything with my mental health at all. I told him before I told even Pete. I think I was dating someone when I got my diagnosis. Even before that, because somebody I know I can trust with anything. So yeah, and then come to find out, I got to sit down and talk every once in a while. I talk to his wife. She's a widow now, but I talked to her, and she told me what he was actually doing, and it was merging the healthcare systems together to help everyone, because he was doing things for psychology and mental health and everything like that. And it kind of like the light bulb clicks in the back of my head. It's like, why did he go in that field? So I'm hoping that it's not for it wasn't because of what I've told him about with my mental health and things like that. But if it is, it is, and I can't do anything about it. But he did do really good work with that, and it's surprising because I knew he was listening, and I knew he cared, but I didn't know where it was going, because he didn't tell me, "Oh yeah, this is what I do, and this is where I'm going for, and this is what I'm trying to do." He didn't say that. We just talked to each other like just brothers, basically. It was family life stuff. It was things like that actually meant something, and it was fun. It was a fun time. And other than that, it would be Lane. Me and Lane became good friends, I think, after the first year in junior high, because he moved in. He moved to Groveton, and he went from that to, we were playing football, started lifting weights, and he kept fucking picking at me and Wade and all of us for always being in the weight room. And he's like, "You don't want to be this one day." He's like, "Nah, man, I'm good. I'm a quarterback. I'm good. I can run fast. I'm tall, and I'm good." And then he went to college and quarterback position the first year. Then after that, he transferred to Oklahoma University. And then they said, "You're going to be a defensive end because you got the frame for it. So we can just put weight on you." Got weight on. Then they said, "No, we're going to put you at tight end." And then they went, "You know what? No, we'll put you as offensive line." And he fucking excelled in that shit. And it was fucking fantastic and funny, because I remember him telling me, like, "Oh yeah, anybody can be an O-line." And now he's O-line. And it was funny as fuck, because he just looks at me, he's like, "Oh yeah, man, I don't never have to do that." Now he's playing for the Philadelphia Eagles, and
That's
he's
dope.
offensive line there in first round draft. So I was like, "Bro, like, you did it." All the time, we always talk to each other. It's like, it always reminisces back to Groveton every time when we talk. And Wade, because I don't think if it wasn't for Wade, I don't think any of us would have all been friends and still stayed friends. So it was a good thing. It was a great moments we had together. We've done a lot of stupid shit together, which make us question our friendship. But honestly, I think if you don't have good friends like that, then how do you know what you have, you know? But yeah, I digress, and I went down story in memory lane on accident there. My bad.
That's all right. Yeah.
But yeah, most of my friends and most people I call my friends, we have a story. Most of them very dependable. Like middle of the night, call, they'll fucking answer. Doesn't matter. They don't care, even if they don't like being woken the fuck up. And I'm
Yeah.
looking straight at your fiance for that. But yeah, it's she. If it actually was a need and important, they wouldn't have a problem. So you know, that's what I tend to try to lead toward when somebody says they want to be my friend. Like, are you able to make it to that standard? So yeah, I get it. We all get it. But yeah. So Savage, I've known you for a while.
Yeah.
You're very friendly, very calm, very good with new people and everything like that. You know, when you do conversate with them and things like that, especially on the streaming side of it. Have you met people you don't have, like I said, don't have names? Have you met people when you're just like, you know, I'm kind of tired of dealing with this person?
Yeah. I'm very let's say there it can be like a voice. Certain voices will actually irk me. Not piss me off, but like irk me in the wrong direction. And I just can't stand there like when they talk, so I kind of just like avoid the person in general. I've
Yeah.
only run into like one or two, or it could be their personality, you know, it just conflicts with mine, which is normal. You're gonna find people across your journey in life that you're just not gonna coincide with. You're not gonna be able to like work well with others. And I see this across other things too, like where I hang out with people that I know that other people do not like that person, or vice versa. I had that conversation with someone recently, and I was like, "Oh, really? I didn't know you didn't like this person." I was like, I never had like a bad experience, and they weren't like really shit talking the other person. They were more just explaining like they don't like them because of the experiences they had with that person. I was like, "Oh man, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, man." So you know, I kept it neutral, but I was just so you kind of see it happen with others, and it's bound to happen with you. Everyone here, not just like you, Raider in general, but you know, everyone. When I say you, I just mean everyone in general. You're going to have that experience, and for me, it's definitely more of how a person acts, and it could be a person's voice. So if you're like talking behind someone's back a lot, that irks me. I don't like people like that. That kind of puts me in a mindset of thinking that you're a coward if you're just going to back talk something like you talking behind someone's back all the time. It's like confront them instead of like shit talking them and whispering into people's ears about it. Just come forward and say what you mean to that person.
Yeah.
So that puts me in a negative mind.
Yeah, I get that. So speaking of that, because you said the voices, there's like three people instantly when you said that pops in my head, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
cannot. It's like even if they're a good person, bad person, I don't care. The moment I hear their voice, I'm like, fuck this, gone, can't do it, not even gonna try. I'm like, you know, hope you have a good day, but bye, dipping out. I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things, and some people's like, well, you know, their voice isn't that bad. It's like nails on a chalkboard.
It's like a pitch, a tone, whatever their wave sound length is.
Yeah.
It just hits your ears in the wrong way.
Bro, I have tinnitus, and guess what, man? I'd rather deal with the tinnitus ringing in my ears than hear that person's voice.
I didn't know.
That's just fucking it, man. I can't change it. That's just it. Like I've tried to tolerate it. I have tried.
Didn't know you had
Didn't really
tinnitus.
work.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's just one of those things I just can't deal with it. And like can't do that. Can't do it. But yeah, yeah. I get a lot. I get that a lot. Most people, honestly, and I'll say it straight up. Like actually, PL.
Mm.
Can I say this out loud? All right, cool. So your fiance sometimes rubs people the wrong way just because of her demeanor
Yeah, yeah.
and because she's harsh with her words. You know, it's one of those things of they ask like, "Why are you friends with them?" I was like, "They've been friends with them. I've been friends with her for like fucking 6 years, maybe 5, maybe 6 years." And then it's one of those things like they're like, "Well, I can't understand that. I don't understand how you can be nice to her." And I asked the simplest question: have you talked to her to say this is what it comes off as? And they're like, "No, I just left." I was like, and I couldn't help it, and I was like, "So you're a bitch."
Yeah. I kind of I just thought of this, and it was like in a sense, it's like when it's when you come in contact with like a woman or a girl, you know, you typically people think the portrayal of a woman is a softer toned woman, not an aggressive woman. And we both know that she is more of an aggressive type, which I'm perfectly fine with. I can handle that, but a lot of people can't handle that kind of personality, especially from a woman. So they kind of get offset and they don't like that. They want a a softer toned woman that's obedient, and she's not like that. She's going to say what's on her mind. She's going to be her own person, and if people don't like that, that's on them. They don't like it. It's okay not to like it. You don't like it. You don't like it. Move on from it.
So for that, I treat your fiance like she's one of the boys, and yeah, she's feminine. Yeah, she gets her nails done. Yes, she does her hair. Yes, she gets made up. Yes, she gets dressed up, stuff like that every once in a while. But even then, I was like, "Hey, you look pretty, dude," or "Hey, you look really pretty." And then it goes out to the whole like, you know what I don't like about you sometimes because you say it like this. You say it like, you know what, you're being a bitch right now. And she's like, "No, I'm not. I'm just saying it like this." Like, are you really? Are you really? And dude guy, bro guy, what did you say? Oh, my buddy. When a conversation starts with "my truth is," I tune out like boot camp face. That's true. You do. I've seen you do it. I've seen you do it too. I think it was fuck. What was that bar? Karaoke bar. Shit, I can't remember, but I know he'll probably say it one day. My girlfriend makes me grab her pocket when we are in public. You know what, dude? I don't know if you've seen. I don't know what you've seen. The video. I'll send it to you. But it's like everybody says, just be yourself, and then now you got to go apologize. That's me all the time. Everybody says, especially when somebody says, "Oh, just be yourself," they love you. Now I had to apologize. Now.
Yeah.
But it's it. There's different strokes for different folks. It's always funny. And Tactical Toaster said, "I had the same issue with people's faces." Oh man, that's not the same thing. Not at all. Not at all. Not even close, Toast. Not even close. But it's one of those things. Like I do give myself my own disclaimer usually of saying, "Hey, I'm kind of an asshole. Hey, I will say stuff that makes people uncomfortable or makes them hate me instantly. I'm really good at it, and it's not on purpose. I'm not doing it on purpose either. That's the bad thing about it. If I was, then yeah. Oh, you're talking about the voice thing. Oh, okay, cool. You need to put the voice thing in there. You said the people's faces makes you want to punch them. That sounds like that's not the same thing. Yes, some people have very fun punchable faces. I can attest to this. Go to a couple bars here and there. You'll see the guy. You know exactly who we're talking about. Usually a Chad. But it is what it is. But yeah, you always have to dictate what is allowed around you. Usually on certain standpoints, like for me, I'm more tolerant, and I don't even know how I am most of the time still. But a lot of people say some dumb shit.
Yeah.
A lot of people do. And it's funny when your fiance's there and her camera's on. The hilarious thing. Somebody says something dumb, I can keep straight face and not worry about it. Her face is like,
no,
did this bitch just say that out loud? And then don't worry, she says some songs too, and I'm just like, I don't think she knows her mic's not muted. And then I'd say, "Hey, your mic's not muted," and she just looks at me and is like, "I know." I was like, oh. Check. It's a great time. Great time. But yeah, also everybody in chat, if you have something to say it. If it lines up what we're going with, we'll fucking put it up and we'll talk about it. But yeah, honestly, I can't get over the fucking my girlfriend makes me grab her pocket when we're in public is great. I love that so much. But yeah, going back to the let them philosophy, I don't know, Savage, do you do this or not? Actually, I do know you do this. Why do you wear a mask so often?
I guess it's because it's like, unless I'm fully comfortable with you, I'm going to act a little bit less. Not like it's not like I'm faking my persona. I'm not showing my whole persona. I'm only showing part of what I am as a person. Like, I know it's because I like to do a lot of like sexual jokes or like dark humor. I have like those kind of like witty jokes and stuff like that. But I know a lot of the times that can make people feel uncomfortable, so I don't do those things often unless I'm like, example with her, boss lady, I'm very comfortable with her, so I just be my goofy natural self. I don't care. I just do whatever. But when I'm just like hanging out in like Discord, certain people I will just be myself, but other people not so much. But yeah, so as you say, I'm basically putting on like a mask, metaphorically speaking. I kind of put on like, it's like kind of taking off layers. Like the deeper
Like
you
an
get,
onion?
like an onion,
Well, here goes Shrek metaphors now.
Yep. Ogres are like onions. But yeah, so the more comfortable with you, the more you'll see the kind of person I really am. And that's just how I am, because I kind of, in the back of my mind, I like to make people feel comfortable around me, because I don't want people to be uncomfortable or to not even just feel uncomfortable, more feel irked the wrong way, or feel negative attitude towards me. I like to keep
Okay.
it positive, or even just neutral. Like, you don't care negatively or positively. It's just like a neutral ground.
I know she's gonna get kicked out of this. I already know she is. But why do you wear a mask around me so much?
Around you?
Yeah.
Not really. It's more of like,
She's judging you right now.
I
So you
really
know
don't hide myself. It's just at the moment I'm either distracted. Now, it's either most
that.
likely because I'm distracted by other things, like I'm playing games or I'm not fully engaged in the conversation. I'm not really like hiding my personality from you, because you know what I am like. So there's no point in hiding it. But I don't have any other way to describe it, really. I'm not like trying to hide it or anything. I'm just, at the moment, if I'm being witty, I'm being witty. If I'm not, I'm not.
I annoy you, don't I?
No, you don't annoy me at all, actually. There's not many people that here in Discord that annoy me. I can tell you,
I got a list.
can name people that probably annoy me. You're not one of them.
Lord.
I can tolerate a lot. There's a lot of people I can tolerate, because there'd be some people out there that people tell me that, like, oh, how do you stand this person? I'm like, it just doesn't bother me. There's people that I've actually like wanted to actually like smack, because I know what they done, but you've never done anything that I've really got annoyed with. So
You see what she put in the chat?
yes, exactly. I'm very
Turn the camera off. Oh, it's funny.
It's very true though, because when I'm, especially in video games, when I'm playing a game and I'm actually enjoying the game, everything else is just background noise. And then you'll say my name, I'll be like, "What? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention." And you know this a lot. You've probably said my name 2 or 3 times. You'd be like, "Hello," and I'm like, "Oh, sorry."
2 other times, use the soundboard over and over again. Hell, it happened yesterday. It happened yesterday. I'm like, yo, Savage, what do you think about blah, 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 blah? I wait, nothing. Soundboard, nothing. Yo, you're a bitch. You fucking answer? Nothing. I'm like, we know what? All right, cool. Cool. Moved you servers, moved you back. Not a
Oh,
goddamn thing.
that was because I wasn't actually either I wasn't at my computer, or I didn't have my earbuds in, so I wasn't hearing anything. I was focused on fixing something on my computer, so it was fucking up.
I want you
Well, yeah, I walked away a few times.
I want you all to see this, because this is something I'm not going to do. Pro tip, this is from his fiance. Give him a kiss or food to get him to focus. First
Hey,
off, not giving him a kiss.
food.
Food, I'll give him food.
Okay.
But not giving him a kiss. Not even close. Not even going to try that.
Now I'm on the cheek.
Nah, man. Imagine how much I drink.
No, I don't. No.
Oh, my Lord. We're not doing that.
Sarcastically with the cross. Hugs. I don't mind hugs.
I can edit that snap and stuff out.
A kiss? No.
You're
It's really weird if a dude tries to kiss me. Don't like it. It's going to make me throw up.
I got a question for you, now.
Hmm.
Your best friends, are they... Your best friend, you got to put your question in chat. But your best friends, are they guys?
Yeah, they're both dudes, yeah.
Okay. How do I want to say this where I don't get reported or banned? No, I'm trying not to get banned this time.
They're not gay, if that's what you're trying to think of.
I'm not saying that. I didn't say anything about gay. I did not fucking say that. Not once.
Which I have no problems with it. Just saying. But that's what I thought seemed like you were getting towards. But okay, what were you going towards then?
So you don't kiss the homies goodnight?
I don't kiss the homies goodnight. I give them a hug, if anything.
You give them a hug? How you gonna say? Look, he says he's giving him a hug, and you put in the chat, no hugging him. Wow, that's crazy. Contradicts themselves. Do you know your own fiance?
Oh, I do.
Solo heard it here first. He doesn't kiss the homies goodnight. That's true. Pin that shit.
Where Solo? Is he still here?
I think Solo might be chilling right now.
Yeah, yeah. He's still here. Okay.
It's okay. We can just screenshot that. She can screenshot that for you and everything like that and put it in there. So it's all good. But no. All right. So when did you ever come to terms, if you ever have, I don't know if you have or haven't yet, have you ever come to terms to know that you're not the favorite of like a friend group?
Not really. I think we're more mutual on grounds of like friendships between the three of us.
I wasn't talking about us. I mean, in
No,
general, in
no,
life.
no. Like I'm talking like if example like my two best friends Robbie and Troy.
Mhm.
Then there's not like really like a level of who's better than who. Really, we all have our own quirks that kind of work well together. So this is something that you're gonna find hilarious about Troy is that he loves to exaggerate things like hysterically. What he's saying, what he's trying to get his point across is true, but he'll exaggerate the point to a crazy degree. He loves exaggerating shit all the time. So that's like one of his quirks. But he's a really smart dude. He's an electrician. He's way up there. And then my friend Robbie, he's more of an even more laid back dude. He's more of he's not socially awkward, but he's not like a social gathering kind of person. He doesn't like to be in like doesn't go out to bars or anything. He just likes to do his own thing, hang out with his maybe two other friends and play games. But other than that, he's more of a laid back, chill guy, more so than I am. So it's like, we all have like our kind of like personalities that kind of mesh well together. So there's not really like a who's better than who kind of thing going.
Okay. Do y'all ever compete though?
Compete? No, I wouldn't say we haven't really competed on anything.
So you telling me like how long you been friends with them? It's like
Middle school, yeah.
middle school. There wasn't like one girl or anything like that. There's like y'all like you're attractive. I'm gonna shoot my shot all at the same time. Even though you didn't say it to each other, but you kind of look at each other like a gentleman's agreement. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go for it before he does.
No, Robbie had his own girl in high school. I had my own, and then Troy didn't actually have a girl in high school, but we never really like had like that. What you were saying, like, oh, they're all attractive. I'll go ask and see what's up. Because back in high school, me and Robbie were very like shy. Where Troy, he didn't give a shit. He went out and, funny enough, he went out during lunch and asked out both the hottest chicks in the class at the same time, and they were both like, "Get the fuck out of here!" But he didn't give a shit. He was just like, "I'm gonna go for it, see what
I mean, the
happens."
worst thing you can get is them say no. That's
Yeah,
it. So
exactly.
what's really so bad about it? So
Exactly.
I don't blame that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, our personalities, we never really had like that competitive nature. Um, Yeah, I can't really think of like anything really. We played games a lot together. We hung out in life and did things, but we never competed like who was who was better at sports. Because I think out of all of us, I was the only one that played sports. I played
Okay.
baseball and soccer. I don't think any of them played anything that I recall. Yeah. So Rob is like he was lazy. He just did the basic shit to get stuff done, but he was pretty laid back. I was more just going with it, and then Troy was the more smarter kid. He was definitely the one that was looking ahead in his future.
Okay. So that puts a burner in my other fucking questions then. Yeah. And I'm so glad you live with her now. I am. Because it's gonna make it so much better.
Yo, NJ.
Like it's gonna make it so much better now because you weren't venturing out all the time type.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not.
Yeah. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun time in the next little while.
Yeah, that was interesting. I was like,
You are gonna have so much fun being married. That's all I gotta say. You're gonna have so much fun.
I was just trying to get some emails done, the important information for both of us. So I want to get this stuff done. I did too. It took it. True.
You and
But
me.
so
I'm
what
about to
was
make a new rule that if you want to chat with us right now, you got to start right in the damn chat because they can't hear you. So this interaction looks like we're fucking psychotic. Again, they can't hear you.
so what was the other questions regardless, Raider? Let's just say hypothetically. Let's go through them.
Okay, hypothetically, let's see here. So what? It's good. It's good.
And
It's underbrush. It's good for your teeth. Yeah, it's good for your teeth and stuff like that. Healthy living now. It's annoying. Okay. What makes you Storm? I know instantly. And she only comes in when we're doing the fucking podcast too. This would fly so much better in just a regular stream, but every time during a podcast.
Stinky.
Don't.
Solo will get the reference.
Yeah, he would.
So
what makes you What makes you think you deserve a higher tier in someone's life when
Mm.
they've shown you time and again you're just background noise to them?
Oh, okay. Akron, like a filler of sorts, kind of in a
Yeah.
way. Okay. Well, what about you? Like, you didn't really answer the question before.
Which
You're,
question?
well, going back to like what you asked me, the same thing with you. Did you have like a competitive like nature with your best friends?
Not in high school, but when I was in the military, yes.
Okay.
Because we all went to the bar together, we all went out, and communication is key a lot. We know that, but we're men, so we just we saw a girl and we just kind of it was just like a goddamn rotation, man. Get her a drink, go talk to her, go dance with her, everything like that. Walk away. Next guy, same thing over and over again. And this
Jesus.
one girl, and her name was Amanda. Very cute, very adorable, single, and we all knew she was single. And then none of us even won. None of us even got a date.
Damn.
Um, she
Strike
went,
three.
and the thing that fucking like drove that nail in even worse is when she announced that she was dating somebody. And we're like, okay, that's not a big deal. Like, we're like taking our heads like it's not gonna last long, blah blah blah. And then a little while later on Facebook, scrolling up, says engaged, and we're like, that's not the same one. Nope, nope, nope. One is a crazy statement. Of course, it's a crazy statement. It's me. What do you expect? That's just how I talk. Take it how it is. Perception is your own perception. You can go from that, but you know what I mean. But yeah, she's engaged, and we're like, well, that's gone. And two, this is when we were single, so it was literally just go out having fun and try to get a cute girl's number, things like that. But then it's not the worst thing. We've competed doing dumb shit a lot too. Like, I bet my truck will go out, do your truck, things like that, and go mudding, and then all of our trucks are fucking stuck. There's some stories.
Christ.
There's some fucking stories behind that I cannot say because this goes out on the internet. But I can tell you, Ford still sucks, and it's funny because how you gonna have a F-350 completely bulletproofed and done upright and get stuck at the entrance? Didn't even make it to the mud pit. Just fucking stuck at the entrance. Oh, it was fun. It was fucking hilarious. And then the kicker to that, the truck that pulled it out was a Dodge 1500 gas. He's
Mm.
not diesel. 1500 obviously wasn't diesel. So yeah, gas that pulled it out. Funny as shit. Real funny. Well, yeah, it was a great time. They overestimated the bulletproof weightless. Yeah, weights. Yeah, they did. But it's still funny because I know somebody with an F-350 bulletproof, everything like that, and they do just fine. But it's just the fact this guy said, I got a Ford, I can do everything that y'all can do. And then he forgot the key component of knowing how to drive.
Jesus. That's pretty wild. That
Well, yeah,
is.
like I said, I think it's always great to compete with your friends, especially your close friends, because it's not even like, I mean, for guys, I guess it is a fucking prideful thing. So it's a great time, and it's fun. Yes, Blue, it was a skill issue. It literally was a skill issue this time. You're right. I think what else did we compete? Like honestly, like growing up all the time when Halo came out, that was competing all the time with that, like trying to be the best. When before real online gaming, it was just like LAN parties, things like that.
Oh yeah.
I know many people don't know really about LAN parties anymore, but they're a great thing. A couple of my closest friends have been there and they met there. So, and they're all super happy together. It was a better time. Honestly, it was way better time.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. Are you, so let me go back to this question. What makes you think you deserve a higher tier in someone's life? Okay, yeah. So I asked that question. For myself, I, as anybody knows me, I don't think I deserve anything. Not even bare minimum most of the time. But I feel like if you put forth the effort, the energy, and actually the compassion behind that too, of being there for people, I think you should have something. Not like you deserve it, but like I believe it should equal itself out. But in the real world, that's not how it works. We can fantasize about it all we want to, but it's not ever how it's going to work because it's always about what people choose and what they want. But that's just it for me on that one. God, you're ridiculous, Storm.
I kind of agree with that. It's like you said, it's not that you deserve more. It's more of like, it's kind of like if you put the effort in it, you're going to most likely receive it. It's just a matter of how much effort you put into it, really. And again, I think it's kind of, if you go into that friendship with the idea of like, oh, you deserve more, and that kind of shows that you had an alternative motive for it, instead of just being like, you're going to be friends with this person because you like this person, you enjoy, interacting, spending time with them. So you're not really trying to get anything else out of that besides being a friend.
Yeah.
And then if you think you're gonna get, if you deserve more, then that's like kind of like you have an alternative motive to it.
Yeah, ulterior motives are great when you find out that they have them. And Bree, I see yours. I'm not putting yours on the screen because your full name's your account name, so we're not doing that. So, but she said my ex drove an F-350 explains everything. I mean, honestly, not gonna lie. Okay, I'm gonna get to Cavage's thing first. So, yeah, people with ulterior motives tend to show themselves sooner rather than later, unless they're really good narcissists or manipulators, in my opinion. But that means that, you're offering more than you should in the first place if they're fucking coming after you. Let's not even lie about it. That's just it for me on that one. But it's just, I feel that, like, even my friends, like, sometimes I don't even like my fucking friends. Likability isn't important to me when it comes to friendship. It's who's actually there, who has your back, and who's willing to go through the hell with you, because like I said, a lot of people don't like my friends at all because, well, you met some of them.
Yeah.
They come off really brash, come off really fucking hot instantly. And then there's some that are really mellow and calm. And then there's some that can do both. And you never know what the fuck's going to happen until they open their mouths. And they don't even know what's going to happen until they open their mouths. So, yeah. So it's not like a horrible thing. It's just, I don't ever care about that. But I believe that if you're a decent person, that's all that fucking matters. No matter what, just be decent. I'm not asking you to be the best person there ever could be or be perfect, because there's no way you can be perfect in any aspect of it. But yeah, I think be a decent person. I don't care, like I tell everybody, I don't care the message you have or the tone you have, as long as you get the message across. That's all that matters to me. So many have shown me that they can't handle anybody that's brash, anybody that's really aggressive a lot. And I think it's laughable. Like, no matter what, I think it's really laughable because they think they're the worst person in the world, and it's just shocking to me. I'm like, there's way worse things, right? But it's one of those things. It just kind of happens. All right, now let's see here. Now your statement, Bree. I found it that most people who are really Ford enthusiasts, and I'm not talking about the old school, like, the first Fords, like the F-150 and things like that, like the F-100, things like that. But I don't think those are the bad ones. I think the ones that newer to Ford, they just think it's the best thing ever since sliced bread kind of thing. I just believe they're fucking idiots because they don't even know what's inside the truck most of the time. That's I'll just say it like that. Like, they go take it to a shop and then they don't know anything about it. So are you telling him to stroke his beard, or are you telling him to stroke you? I need to know. Need some context here, sir. And Storm, of course he's here. He's a VIP. He shows up whenever he gets time. But yeah, who are you is fucking great. Yeah, his beard. That's right. Yeah. I give him. I'm pretty sure he can give you a beard stroke. Are you gonna grow your beard out? Actually, that's a good question right now. Are you gonna actually grow your beard out?
Or I could try. See how it goes.
See how I did that? You see her face? She turned her camera off. Yes, it's fantastic. Yeah, I told you she wasn't gonna like today, but it's one of those things. I believe it's a good time. And two, I think if you grew your beard out, the right way, pull it off. You know what I'm saying? Then pull it off. Then you can just get a little stroke, and then it's not to worry about it. Add to the appeal.
Definitely, yeah, definitely want to add a little.
She said she might be against it, but she's not.
I'll give you something in return. Well, no. Now, and then she's gonna keep it a mystery.
Poll in chat. I got you. Even though most people don't react to these polls, but we'll put a poll in chat real quick. Cool. No additional votes because I don't like that shit. We'll do that, and we'll see how this goes afterwards. There you go. Drift. Just for you, okay, buddy? Just for you. There it is. Littering Ann. There it is. Okay, cool.
Go bald, grow a fat ass beard. Hell no, I am not going bald.
I'm pretty sure if he went bald, I'm pretty sure that'd be hilarious. Have you ever had your head shaved like close or anything like that? Like all hair, like buzz cut, nothing?
When I was a little kid, yeah. I only started growing out my hair when I was like in 12th grade.
You say you've been growing your hair since like 12th grade, so your senior year?
Yeah, that's when I had my hair long, and then up until like I think what 22. That's when I got a haircut just to clean it up a little, and then now it's been fluctuating between.
Yeah, I don't grasp that like growing the hair out thing, but I know it's different for everybody.
Yeah, it's more of a. I mean, I personally think I look better with longer hair, and it's more of a Native American thing, culturally.
When's the last time you had short hair? Was it like
Oh, it's a
actual short
long.
hair?
Yeah, that was like maybe 11th grade. So that was 2011. It'll be dope. This is the way. All right, Mandalorian, calm down.
This is the way. Is it was a great. That was a great line. I ain't gonna lie of how they said it, but yeah. I don't think you should go bald. I think you should grow the beard out, and then
All I can think of is
if
SpongeBob.
and you don't have any.
Bald,
Oh
bald.
my gosh, God damn it! You don't have any tattoos, do you?
I do. I mean, it's only one was this one, but
Oh, he does have tattoo. I did read your full plan. Oh, you're talking to her. Yeah. Yeah. So out of like your friend groups, all of them, who do you consider like let's see, out of us three.
yeah.
Okay, just us three right here. I
Mm-hmm.
can't say all friend groups because we don't want to say anybody's name or shit like that. So I don't care about name said. Who is the bigger asshole?
The bigger asshole. Well, I'm gonna have to say you personally, because as let's say, hold on, how am I gonna say this? So with her, I can. It's to me, it's nothing really that like I've seen far worse, and I've seen like you being what you consider being an asshole. So out of the two, though, if I had to like compare it, I would say you are gonna be worse than her, at least through my eyes.
That makes sense. That's an okay answer. It's not a horrible answer. I consider myself more of an asshole in certain degrees, but there's certain areas that she tops. But
Yeah,
that's because she's an ass. She honestly, and I'll say this, and she can get mad about this all she wants to. I don't go for the woman approach. She does. Women can hit you where most men don't. When most men hit you there, they don't phase it. But when a fucking female does, yeah, it kind of hits your ego a little bit. And there's some usually, especially when you're like, since we're online space, everything like that, they can't do anything about it. Even though they shouldn't, they can't do a damn thing, and they know they can't. So it's funny. It's hilarious when she does let loose, and I just sit back and just like, yep. And me and Apollo just sit here like, hey, look at that, Apollo. She's being the bitch, not a bitch. It's great.
And see, and it's funny because for me, it takes a lot for something to actually irk me. Like I can roll things off the shoulders no problem. Like it's gonna take a lot for me to be like, "Wow, you're being a douchebag" or something. I can just literally just be like, "Eh,
Yeah, it's not.
no, yeah, Raider."
I don't. I don't consider people who are douchebags bad people. I consider them, they have a reason to have an ego, and usually most people won't ever figure out why they have that ego. And if they don't, then, it is what it is. But we don't know. We don't know, what people have been through, parts of their lives, things like that, until you get to know them. And most people don't even go past face value most of the time. Because, like I said, we can be sitting in Discord and be talking about so many extreme things, and then somebody jump in, they're like, oh, y'all talking about this, and I'm just like, did you, and I say this all the fucking time, so did you not read the fucking status? It's like, what do you mean? It's like, it says podcast talks, or unhinged talks, or something like that. I try to give a disclaimer. I try,
Yeah.
but it's not my fault if they don't listen or they don't read or pay attention, because I treat everybody like they're grown as adults when it comes to that. And then somebody says, like, one time, it's like, oh, can we change the subject? It's like, you came into like our talk, and there's five of us talking about
Yeah.
this, and you're one person.
You can change the subject out this
And
door.
then I get petty. I do get petty. I'm like, I would consider it if you were actually a supporter, but you're not. You're just here to be nosy. So we just kept talking. So it's just one of those things. But yeah, it's a fun time. But so you think I'm more of an asshole just on the surface more than she is? Like I said, I can agree with that. But like I told you, my side, she hits people low and hard, and it's funny.
And it's funny because for me, I'm like, people get so hurt by words because either A, it's actually true, so they don't like hearing the truth. Because a lot of the times when someone gets emotionally like angry or frustrated, it's because it's the truth and they don't like hearing the truth. Or it's just they have a fragile ego. So or fragile like mindset. so they don't like handle things well. And if that's you, that's you. But for me personally, I'm not like that at all. It just nothing really bothers me. Words never really bother me.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yes, I do know you I know you pretty well. Like I said, to my extent, I don't know you well enough, but I still consider you one of my closest friends I've ever had. But yeah, it's one of those things of like I said earlier, like how they say it doesn't matter. This the message behind it, what the context is the most important thing to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, would you ever consider yourself an asshole for cutting people off in your life, even if you cared about them dearly?
Mm.
This goes for everybody. Because I know a lot of people are going to say no, but I've seen some things, and I can be like, remember that?
For the
So yeah,
vast majority of it, no. I wouldn't. I would say no.
yeah, I do because I internally have conflicts with it because I care. I care too fucking much at times, and that's just because like I said, I feel like I am the worst person there is a lot of the time, and that's just my own way of dealing with everything. And also it's helped me a lot because so many people will say so much shit about me, and they don't even touch the surface of what I say about myself. So that's why I
Yeah.
don't think it's ever a bad thing, but I do beat myself over it when I cut people off because I put into, perspective of the time spent. Like there's people I've spent literally almost every day with for 3 years,
Yeah.
and they're no longer in my life in any shape or form. But I look back and I was like, well, I did it for this reason. I did it for this reason. I did it for this reason. And this is all because I want to be better, be a better person. I want to evolve. I want to progress. So I did it for the right reasons,
Mm.
Go ahead.
No, I get that. And it's like I had it and then I lost it.
The train will come around again. It will come
Yeah.
around again.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, chat, what about y'all? Let me see here. Let me read these messages. Panda says no. No, Panda? Like, there's not somebody that you've been super close with. Like, actually, like on the brink of, like, you can say, like, I love this motherfucker. Because, like, they were there for me. They were my day one. And then you had to cut them out of your life. There's no residual effects at all. Stop voting, Savage. You're not involved. Was thinking about me and cropped. Wow, that's fucking crazy, the things y'all say. All right. Poll is yes. Grow out the beard. Sorry, Pete. But yeah, it'll be a fun time. I've been close to so many in my life, so many motherfuckers in my life. When I've said you have to go, I keep going, man. I get that. That's a good way to handle it. Do you ever look back and say, I wish that motherfucker would be in my life though? Like, do you miss them? Things like that. Like, that's what I mean by residuals.
That's
I
a
don't
good
let
question.
people close anymore. Yeah. And I can answer that question myself. Yeah, I do. Because there's certain aspects of my life I wish I can celebrate with them. I wish there's different times of saying, I wish I could, have them here with me to talk with me, just to have a conversation about something stupid or something important, things like that we either nerded out about, like, anime, books, games, or just real life, because I wonder about, kids, things like that, how they're doing, their family, because we got close. That's one of those things of why.
Yeah, I kind of get that. And, like Panda's saying, yeah, he's going to look back and, miss him a little bit. But at the end of the day, he had to do what's best for him. But he also has a family. So he has to think about them. So that's priority,
Oh, yeah, that's definitely is.
When you're a younger person and, you just have you and your best friends, those are probably like your priorities. It's just you, your best friends, and maybe your family too, like your mom and dad, obviously, maybe your brothers and sisters. But as life moves on, you have, a wife, kids, then those become your top priority.
Yeah, I get that. There's a balancing act to that, though, because you can't be fully encompassed, but you got to know where to draw your lines and your boundaries. If you get a wife and kids, it's pretty much fuck everyone else. Oh, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
I agree with that 100%. If you get a wife and kids, you get a wife in general, like, you should be worried about building your life together before, oh, my friends are at the club or like things like that. Like, that's not important anymore. You made a decision. You said you want to commit yourself to this person and you want to grow together. And I think that's the thing that most people miss nowadays is the part of growing together and actually being partners. It's hard nowadays because people are in so many different relationships for its sustainability instead of actually, wanting to be with that person, or they stay in a relationship because of that. And it's weird. It's funny. I've been a part of that relationship cycle before, and it's when you come to realize it's like that, it kind of fucks your mind up a little bit because you actually gave your love, energy, time, effort into everything for this to work out right. To come to find out, it's like, oh no, it's just put a roof over their head or pay their bills, things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's a slope that most people don't even fucking come to. Some people don't even get to realize it at the end of it either, and they still beat themselves up over it. Go ahead, dude. Honest question. Maybe I'll talk. Go for it. Shoot. I don't care, man. You know, as long as it's within TOS, I don't care. Y'all ever try a little taste of cat food?
I have not, no.
I was expecting such a better question from you.
You should be disappointed in yourself. I was not expecting anything serious
Yeah,
of
but
him.
me and Griff would sit back and talk about real life shit. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was expecting a better question from, because the way he said that.
Nah. The moment he said that question, was like, he's gonna say something goofy.
Motherfucker, I told you about that I'm sorry shit. Quit saying I'm sorry. Quit saying I'm sorry. It was a cheap setup. It was a cheap setup. You fucking played into me. You played into me. Yeah, you got it. Wow, thank you. Thank you. You didn't time him out, did you?
No, she just deleted the message.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. We don't apologize here. You know, we don't apologize here. We just say what we mean. That's it. I'm being slowly deleted. I mean, can you really be deleted though? Do you think you can be deleted on the internet? I don't think so. Welcome to the corner. Slightly off topic. This topic was hysterical. It was hysterical.
It was
hysterical. I was hoping more. And Peaches, you to feel like being an introvert fits you more. I mean, if it works for you, your family's taken care of, and you're taken care of, then it works. Just don't isolate yourself, which I know you're not, because I see you hanging out with certain people. So you're good. But just make sure you are taken care of. Make sure you find joy. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. Wait a minute. I thought it was a special place. No, Mio, you're in one corner. Drift, I guess, is in Satan's corner. So there's difference. There's differences. Yeah. Yeah. You're responsible for him now. So yeah. You can write your family cat food, and the rest is history. Rest is honestly whatever. What? Wow.
He does hail
Satan. He does hail Satan.
Yep.
He does hail Satan.
Anytime you rate him, he will say that.
Yeah. I love that. I love his little spiel when he gets rated. It's great. Books to buy. He reads, so that probably worked out for him too, honestly. I can be free in the games. Yeah, I get that. It's an insane intro to the stream. It is an insane stream. I love it. I love when I said, you know, you like, this is communist. I was like, communist. This is a communist fucking stream. Whenever he rated me one day, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Change my title. So we're practicing communism just like Stalin. And it was fucking funny because some people just came in.
What you gotta do, Drift, is like, you have your, you know, starting up, and then as soon as it fades over to you, you just gotta have your hands up like this and just be like, hail Satan, and then continue on your day like nothing happened.
Yeah. God damn it. I just got a thought in my head. Dude, I wanted bottles of fake blood. I'll send you fake blood if you want to do this full out, man. I will really do this. I will help. I will help contribute to this insane stunt. But unfortunately, you're gonna have to do it every single raid. That's my catch. Right. So we're gonna have to get you like, you know, a couple gallon buckets. So you got to refill it over and over again. You with your Punisher shirt, this kind of stuff.
Yes, sir.
Oh my lord. So yeah. So do you feel like you're the villain in anyone's fucking story of their life?
Me?
Yeah. That's sort of you or anybody in chat.
I don't vision myself as that, but someone's going to see you in a negative way, and you might be their villain in their story for some reason, you know? I try not to be negative towards anyone, just because I don't want to put my energy into that kind of stuff, but who knows, you know? I could be, for whatever odd reason, and I'd be intrigued to actually figure out why I'm seen as that perspective, you know? Seen as that version of me, a villain in their story. I have more of a curiosity of people and how they think and react to what they perceive as their life, their moments, or whatever their perception is.
I gave up on giving a shit about why, because people's perspectives are all different. I get the perspective most time, which I come across a lot. A couple of my friends told me, like, yo, they think you're a fucking dick. I'm like, okay, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's like, why? They don't talk. They haven't had a conversation with me to figure it out if I am or not. So it's on them. Because if I think somebody's like an asshole for no reason, I'll ask them a question. I'll say, hey, what's up? did you mean it like this? And it happened the other day, and it happened a couple days ago too. And they did not enjoy that at all because I guess they didn't know that I would just ask. And most people who know me, I'll ask anything on the fly just to fucking ask it, either just to see their reaction to it or see how they answer it, just to see if it lines up with something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get portrayed as a villain in a lot of people's stories all the time, and it's fine. I'm comfortable with it. I'm happy with it because, like I said many times over, like, you can't please everyone. You're never going to please everyone. And two, if it makes them feel better and sleep better at night, cool. Have at it. Say the things about me that you don't like. I don't care. Because if people believe it, they believe it. If they don't, they'll either ask questions or they'll come address me and ask me about it. You know?
Yeah, I get that.
And so far, I think it's been like 4 people total in the last year that actually come to me and actually said something about it, which I think is fucking wild out of everybody else to talk shit. Yeah. But it's one of those things, man. It's a fun time. Chat. Shoot any random question. Keep it within TOS. That means no like racial based, no dark humor things randomly right now. And if it's dark humor, word it correctly or it's going to get deleted. So yeah, shoot your questions, everything like that. In Savage.
Yes, sir.
Shoot your questions.
Shoot my questions. You want me to shoot the questions?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, it's been 2 weeks.
It has been 2 weeks. How's the...
Nobody asked you, lady.
So, the last couple of podcasts, they seem like they've been going pretty well, too. You had Randall. on the podcast a few times now. He's an awesome dude. I like him. He's pretty cool. Yeah. So, does the podcast feel a little different without me always being there? Did it feel the same? How did it feel without like me as a third person in the shift?
I felt it was a nice change because sometimes you don't have a lot to say on certain things. It's not even your fault. It's because you don't have a lot of life experience with them.
Yeah,
which is a good thing too, because then it means you get to ask certain questions that I don't think about.
Yeah.
But for me and him, it's just it was a good catch up session too, because like I said, we grew up together. Then he moved in high school to another city, and then we had fun with it, and it was a good way for him to vent out some things and frustrations randomly that gave him a good positive outlet. And nice. I'm all about that, you know, because it don't hurt to fucking say what you want to fucking say.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was all about it. We were hoping you were gonna be here for like another one with him, but we're gonna get him back on again. Like I said, he's awesome. He got something to say about everything. Like he likes to get on me about the echo hacking thing. I was like, bro, that's not even that bad. Like there's so many worse things out there than ethical hacking. Even though yes, they're all hacking. All of it's hacking. Yes, I'll admit that. But you know, you follow guidelines and regulations, so we don't, you know, do the bad things or the spicy inside thought things, like, you know, being petty.
Mm.
Yeah, I did do some petty things before I was certified, but it was funny. It was really funny. My buddy got good Wi-Fi once, and he kept bragging about it. So I rooted in and turned out it was Wi-Fi on his computer. So he thought it was his Wi-Fi network because everything else was connecting, and then I just turned it back on randomly. And I do that like once a month just to fuck with them. And then one day I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stop doing that because I'm gonna get in trouble because I get petty. I get really petty sometimes because he started pissing me off on purpose. I was like, nah, I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm just gonna not even fuck with that. That way, because like I said, I tend to go overboard, as you've seen sometimes, and so I knew that would get me in a lot of trouble. So I said, I'm not gonna do this anymore. You know, I'll just do what I normally do, just track DDoS attacks, things like that, and see, like, you know, how they infiltrated, what happened, and just, you know, fix those things, and that's it. Yeah, and then I got bored and built viruses. Yeah, I get bored really easily.
Which is, it kind of goes into the next question too. It's like, why did you, when we initially started this podcast, what was it, like a year ago, 2 years ago, close to that? Yeah. Why did you choose me of all people to be your co-host? Because I consider myself to be rather fucking dull, to be honest. I'm like more of a dull person comparatively. Like you have a lot of like cool stories, whereas like me, I'm more of a recluse. You know, I'm like, I just hung out and watched videos and play video games all the time.
Yeah, because you honestly, you have that consumer mindset, and because you are dull, I need to compare and contrast. I need to
Okay.
go back and forth. I need somebody who thinks of things that I won't. I am very driven on a lot of things to try to figure out everything, but I miss a lot of stuff, like the common person kind of thought process on things,
Mm.
because I go to the extremes usually.
Yeah.
So it's better for me to have someone who is one more grounded.
Mm-hmm.
At times it's dull, yes. At
Yeah.
times I want to bang my head against the wall because I was like, I know his sense of humor and he didn't do fucking shit. Yes. And sometimes does it piss me off that you fucking won't stay in one fucking spot while I'm editing? Yes. But
Yeah.
it's one of those things of I'll take that bullet to fuck Josh. The voices in my head are talking again. But it's one of those things of I'd rather deal with that
Yeah.
and navigate that to take someone who's so over the top where I have to try to fucking contain that.
Okay. Yeah.
And because I have people that are, that go off
Hmm.
and we're live.
Yeah.
So if it happens live, I can't do shit on the spot. Yeah, I can kick them, but whatever they said is
It's
already
already
fucking out
said.
there.
Yeah.
Can't do nothing about that.
Yeah. So
So
you kind of needed like the yin to the yang, the someone that balances out the opposite side of what your personality is like.
yeah,
Okay, which makes sense because it's like you said, even I know it. It's like, yeah, I wish I had more witnessed more things in life when I was far younger to have more, flavor to my personality.
flavor.
Flavor. But it's like, growing up, I was kind of my mom was more of a, let's say, a very controlling mother. She wouldn't let me go out and do things, and I would just obey. So it's like I became that persona of just a dull, boring person that would just sit in their room all day.
You didn't
So
rebel, like even a little
no,
bit.
I one time that was it. After that, nope. So,
How did you rebel?
I tried to just go to, what was it? There was a chick I wanted to like go on a date with to like the beach for a day. I wanted to drive my Bronco, but the Bronco was driving to shit. Like I can't remember, it was overheating or something. But I still wanted to go anyways. And then she said no. I said yeah. I kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And eventually I got pissed off and I didn't actually go, sadly, because the truck did break down. But that was like the one time I tried to rebel because I was like, "You're cock blocking me. You're essentially cock blocking me right now," because it was twins, blondes. I was only gonna hook up with one of them. I'm being realistic here. I'm not gonna have sex with two blondes
Yeah,
at the
but you
same
were like in
time.
high school. You had the thought in your head. You had the
Well,
fucking
y'all
thought in your
did.
head.
Y'all do. They were very nice. They're nice people, but nice women. But like their personalities are very like tame. They weren't like wild party girls. They were more of like a religious like schoolgirl, but they were very nice people. They were just normal people. But anyways, regardless, that was like the one time I actually tried to rebel a little bit and didn't end up.
Yeah.
But
See,
so as far as personalities go, yeah, I'm pretty rather dull, and I know that. And I'm when it comes to my personality, it's like I'm more of like an observer because I have a curious mind. I like to see how people think. Like humans, as much as I think humans suck, but I also like to see how they tick, how they work, how they think. Like there's so many people out there, and each person is unique in their own situation, which is why it'd be cool for me personally to be immortal because then I could just observe forever around me to see how the world evolves over time to
yeah.
our ultimate doom.
Yeah, and peaches. I would if I could. Somebody honest. I would if I could. Exactly. Twins are a great fucking fantasy, like to have, especially when you're younger.
Yeah,
Like
everyone thinks that.
it's not a horrible thing to fantasize about. Is it realistic going to happen? No, unless you're like at a party and things happen and it has to line. Things have to fucking line up perfectly for that to fucking be one of those things. And then you have to figure out how is it going to work right? And
Mm-hmm.
then, maybe the next day, maybe a week later, you might get an angry text message or phone call. Who
Yep.
knows? But, it is what it is. It's a fucking fun time. It's just one of those things to fantasize about. It's not a bad thing. It's just, especially for boys, for guys, if there's a guy out there that says they never like fantasize about the twins thing, I'd be surprised because it's just like I said, it's not you doing it, it's just fantasizing about it. Just that thought in your head in the story, inside spicy thought randomly. It happens. It happens when you're a grown ass man too, especially when you meet like attractive twins and they're single, especially when you had a few beers. And it happens. I'm so glad they can't hear you. So yeah. It's a fantastic time. But it happens. But we always persevere. We always keep going because we know realistic standards is not going to happen.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, I really, like I said, I picked you, and then I went to your fiance by the time y'all were dating. I said, what do you think if I ask him to be the co-host? Because I really want somebody to balance me out instead of going to just fucking streamers and to going to these people, like, because most of them don't act like real people. So I was like, I'm tired of doing that. And she's like, I think he'd like it. And she's like, are you prepared? I was like, what do you mean am I prepared? And I didn't fucking know at the time because, like I said, when I met you, you were a little bit more outgoing and things like that because I got you from streams every once in a while, Discord, but also I didn't put into the variables of who was there, so it was always something.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, he's good. He's mild. He's mild tempered. It's not a bad thing, not a bad mix. And then like got you. Then most of, like I said, most was drifted away. Then I saw you. I was like, might be a lull. Might be a fucking lull. It'll be fine. Got you on a couple times. Like, okay, cool. Kind of, shake the nerves off. A couple more went. All right. I see what she's fucking saying now. God damn it. Yeah. I was like, I can navigate this. I can pivot this, and this is going to be a challenge for me. But at the same time, now you live with her. So I know for a fact you're not going to be the same dull person anymore because you got to adapt to be a part of that life of hers because she, as much as she is an introvert herself at times, she goes a lot of places.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So it's one of those things. No, I'm not saying they're fake. I'm just saying they just don't have the real life perspective and they're afraid to put it out there. They're afraid that their own points of view and the things they believe in is going to give them backlash. But my standpoint is if you've just been honest the whole time, it shouldn't give you any backlash, no matter what you believe in.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have to worry about that. And it builds a better solid base for you. That means people know you're real and they can get behind that. I see it happen all the time. Everybody's like worried about their followers. My followers dropped fucking, I think 30 in the last 2 months. And I was like, fuck it. It's all good. We're still going to send it and we're back up to normal. So, it's not that horrible to me because I don't feel like there should be any more tiptoeing around certain things.
Yeah.
Because especially in this day and age with so much going on in real life, like, there shouldn't be tiptoeing. Like, there should be jokes made. You should have fun the way you want to have fun. Keep it within TOS. It's not a hard thing to do because people say that's muzzling yourself. But it's like, if you are intelligent enough, you can work around that and word it in certain ways that it doesn't matter what you say. So it's going to be a fun time. Chat, anybody got anything before we cut this? Say it in the chat. Have a good time with it. Anything, everything. I don't know.
Anything and everything.
And Satan, to answer your question, yes, you're correct. You worked the loops whole system, so you just typed it out there instead of saying it where they can't hear you. You're a dick. I know you're correct. You didn't have to say it, though. No, you did. Fantastic. Going to conventions, showing me a truth I didn't want to see. See, I don't, one of those things, like, I get people going to like TwitchCon or like these conventions and things like that to meet up and stuff like that. I don't think that's the best place to do it. I think honestly, if I was to meet up with people like from the Twitch world or YouTube world or any of those worlds or internet-based worlds, it'd be a public place, a restaurant, and sit down and talk and actually enjoy your time together. Not somewhere where you have to show out, not somewhere where you have to be this persona you put online, be a real person. It's more realistic and you at least get to get a real taste for who they are and how they are. Not in a private setting either. So no one-on-ones. I'm just saying that right now. No one-on-ones. Just in a group setting. Make it worth it. And then make it somewhere you actually want to go see. That way, if it turns out that it's a bust and they didn't show up or something like that, you still get to enjoy yourself on a nice little vacation. You know what I'm saying? I will always suggest go to Japan. Expensive to get there and do stuff, but it's still worth it. I'd rather go to Japan than Hawaii. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I've been to Hawaii. It's nice, but it's overrated.
Drift, fuck you. I just read his message. He said, I'll say it out loud. So it says, I live to make you break character on the podcast. I'm sorry. I'm like the Sami Zayn to the Usos.
Oh, Jesus.
I know people don't grasp that, but it's so fucking fun. It's funny. And he does do it because, like, we'll sit down and have these heart-to-heart conversations. And then he'll slip in here while I'm on a serious rant and say something like, hey, I need to ask, I'm going to say this. Like, go ahead, man. And I'm waiting on something, like, deep. Because everybody doesn't see that he does that he can do that. And then he does it. And everybody's like, who the fuck are you? And then he gets me with that. I'm like, wow, thanks, bro. Appreciate you a lot. Appreciate you tons. But all right, since we're done with that, Next week, do guy bro guy. I don't know if you're still here or not, but I will be shooting you a message, sir. Probably Sunday or probably Sunday. So tomorrow, I'll be shooting you a message tomorrow because next week is gonna be a busy fucking week for the podcast. But yeah, Peaches, it is true. It's a fun time. But I appreciate you all. Thank you for coming to join the raid tonight. We're a little TED talk about that. Also, let me put my disclaimer in here, my little reminder, right? You're better than you think you are. And you don't deserve being treated like shit unless you are a shitty person. But yeah, have a great life. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy yourself. Do something joyous. Don't just sit at home and not do a damn thing. Go outside, take a walk. Do something fun for yourself. And it doesn't have to be big. It can be small. And remember, your friends that you deem worthy of your friendship should be that. That means it should be reciprocated. So yeah. So have a great time. We're going to rate out. And let's see who is live. I don't even know who's
Have a
live
good
right
one.
now. Let's see here. Everybody kind of changed up their schedule, so I don't even know who's live. Damn, you're just going to beat up your desk right now, huh?
Not my desk. I'm not beating it up.
I just heard the mic getting beaten. But yeah. Thank you all. Have a great night. Y'all are wonderful. Thank you for interacting, engaging, and chatting. Y'all have a fantastic time. Bye.